Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Hydro, and today I am bringing you part 2 of my overall ECG e-cigs review. And today we're going to be talking about these bad boys. They're exotic E-Hookah. So, what is an E-Hookah? I am not entirely sure, to be honest with you. I have tried hookahs before, and these seem to be simulating that experience the same way that a e-cig is simulating the regular cigarette experience. So what I found with these is that you're getting a lot of fruit flavors, and they're a little bit different. They taste a little bit different than your regular fruity e-liquids. That's a good thing, but it is going to be different. So let's just get right into it and talk about it. Now, I think I mentioned this on the last video on part 1, but the spoiler alert was that this one right here didn't work. Sadly, because this flavor is actually an apple strawberry kiwi blend, and I love the color green, and it didn't work. So what it does is it lights up just for a second and then just goes out. Yeah. So get a little tiny taste of what might have been, and it tastes delicious. So I'm really sad that this one doesn't work. So we're only going to be going over 3 flavors, unfortunately. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. The first one we're going to try is going to be, this one's called After the Rain, and it is a lime pineapple cherry. I kept the boxes because I couldn't remember all the flavors. So lime pineapple cherry. That sounds delicious. All of these sound just incredibly delicious, and they are, as you'll see. Real quick, let's just talk about it. It is pretty big, so not necessarily, I mean, you could fit it in your pocket, but it's definitely a lot bigger than your average e-cig. So if I were to compare it to just this regular Eon Smoke with the Cartomizer on it, I mean, look how big that is. So, things pretty huge. Now, the reason for that is that it says on the box that it's a 500 puff count. So that's even more than their disposable, which was 400 puff count, and this is a little bit bigger than that. So I think that it's the battery size. Now, you get the impression from this that you can actually, that this might actually be a Cartomizer, and maybe you can buy another one. No, you cannot. These are disposable. Once the battery's dead, you toss it. Or I would recommend doing the e-waste, like, e-cycle. So a lot of places will actually have places that you can recycle batteries and things like that. I know like CVS has one, different places. So I would definitely recommend looking into that instead of just throwing this in the garbage. It's better for the environment, definitely, and I would imagine since there is a battery in here that they would take something like this, but it's worth looking into, is what I'm saying. So it's disposable. Now, since this one didn't work, I was kind of playing around with it, and you can twist this, and this does come out. And you have the light right here that lights up the ring, and then you've got some wires, and you can kind of see the battery down in there that is connected to. So it could just be a connection issue, but I'm not good with electronics and things like that, so I'm not going to bother trying to fix this. So, but that's the way it works. So if you try to take that off, it is not a Cartomizer on there, and you cannot buy replacement Cartomizers for this. That would be a fantastic idea if they decided to do that in the future, and just, you could buy a battery like this for the E-Hookah, and then just have like a Cartomizer or something like that. But the interesting part is that it doesn't work that way. So I don't know exactly how this is working. I mean, I'm guessing maybe there's some e-juice in there, but since the taste is a little bit different, and the vapor is a little bit, feels a little bit different, it's a little bit cooler, then maybe there's a whole different thing going on here and they just can't do it that way. Because basically, I mean, if you buy a battery and a Cartomizer like this, you're buying an e-cig, right? So this is a little bit different. So just know that going into it. This is going to be a little bit different experience. These, as far as I can tell, only come in 4 milligram. They sent me 4 milligram. So you're not going to find a 24 milligram E-Hookah from ECG. So just know that going into. This, in my opinion, is not for the smoker. The person trying to get off cigarettes. The person using vaping to get off cigarettes. This is more for somebody who doesn't really smoke and just likes the flavor and wants to get this for like them and their friends going to a party or something like that. They just want something tasty to kind of vape on a little bit while they're drinking or whatever the case may be. So this I kind of see being more for that market, not for somebody who's trying to quit smoking, because 4 milligrams, chances are it's not going to cut it. So, but let's get into the flavor. Yeah, not really tasting a whole lot of the pineapple, but the lime definitely coming across, and a little bit of the cherry. So it's a really good flavor. This kind of reminds me of, what's the best way to put it? Like almost like a lime jello, or like a lime Kool-Aid, something like that, something of that nature. If you're into that, you'd probably be into this. The pineapple and the cherry seem to be a little bit more subtle, whereas the lime is really the star flavor here. So this is more, I think, for like somebody who really likes lime, are going to be into this, but more of like a lime Kool-Aid flavor. So not to say that it's really sweet, it's just that flavor of lime. So, but yeah, a good vape. And the vapor production seems to be pretty good on it too, so definitely not disappointed there. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is this one, and this is there's cream in it, blueberry raspberry cream. And it's a cool gold color, as you can plainly see. Yeah, so this one, definitely the blueberry is more pronounced in this one. The raspberry is a little bit more subtle, and the cream is even more subtle than that. Not really getting a ton of the cream part of it, but the blueberry really comes out. And this is, the way I would describe this one is more of a, if you've had a blueberry Slurpee or blueberry slushy type thing, it tastes like that. More of like a blueberry syrup than a blueberry muffin type blueberry, or like blueberry pie type blueberry. More of like a syrupy blueberry. And a little bit of the raspberry too, but I feel like the raspberry is definitely more infused with the blueberry, but the blueberry is more pronounced. And not a whole lot of the cream, which I'm totally okay with. This was the only one that I saw that was just like 2 fruit flavors and then cream, and I was like, that could be interesting, or it could be really bad, hard to say. But the blueberry does really come across, and I'm not a huge blueberry fan, but I really like this flavor, so if you're into blueberry, especially blueberry syrup, you're going to dig that one. So, last but not least, this one is oh, you know what, and I should say what they're called. This one's Scarlet Dreams. This is blueberry, orange, and cherry. So, red is the Scarlet Dreams. After the Rain is the blue one, and the gold one, this is funny, very clever. Buried Treasure. Buried, of course, spelled Berried. So, Buried Treasure. Okay. So, Scarlet Dreams. Let's check this one out. What did I say it was again? Blackberry, orange, and cherry. I can't say I know a lot about blackberry. I don't think I've had a lot of things with blackberry in it, so this should be interesting. Not really getting a ton of flavor off this one, and not really getting a whole lot of vapor either, so I think maybe I just need to use this one a little bit more. Maybe break in this atomizer a little bit more, or maybe it's just, this is another one where the battery's kind of going dead. But yeah, definitely not tasting a whole lot of the orange or the cherry as much as the blackberry. So maybe a little bit of cherry, but mostly blackberry, which isn't bad. Again, it tastes good. It's just this one in particular, I'm not getting a whole lot of flavor from like I am the other two. So, and the vapor production is telling me that I'm not really getting the whole thing. So maybe it's just the battery is just going dead and it's not heating up the atomizer well enough or what, but the flavor is good. It is good. So all in all, looking at these three right here, they are really good. It is a different experience, I have to say, but it's a good different experience. As I stated, this isn't something that's gonna help the smoker get off cigarettes. It's only 4 milligrams, and it's a little bit different than your typical e-cig experience. So this is going to be more for somebody who just wants a little bit of a change of pace. Somebody, you know, I see this as more of like a treat vape. So you've been vaping all day and you're just kind of getting tired of the flavor that you have, so you bust out one of these just as something in between maybe. Or like I said, something to go like, yeah, I could totally take this to, like, you know, take one of these to a party and be like, you guys want to try this E-Hookah? It's pretty cool. It's really tasty. You know, something like that I think might be kind of cool. So $11.95 through the website and 500 puff count, not too shabby. So if that is really accurate, that's a pretty good deal, I think. So now if you do go to the website, which is ecgecigs.com, and you do decide to buy some stuff, use the, I don't know if they call it a promo code or a coupon code. Either way, during checkout, there's going to be somewhere to put a code. And if you put in Hydro20, all one thing, then you'll get 20% off your purchase. So thank you again, ECG, for doing that for the viewers and the subscribers. That is awesome. So go ahead and use that. If you guys have bought some stuff already and you're trying it out, let me know what you think about the products so far. The third video and final video we're going to do is going to be on the e-liquids. So as I said, once I'm done, I'm clearing out some tanks. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I was actually going to do the e-liquid one tonight, but I had some juice and some tanks. I needed to clean them all out. And just pro tip for you guys, don't put in more e-juice than you're going to vape in a day, because the Cartomizers and tanks, they will leak. It will leak into your battery, and although it hasn't been a problem for me, it's not fun to clean, that's for sure, and you waste juice that way. So just put in what you're going to vape that day, and that'll be the end of it. So anyway, we're going to be doing that one in another couple of days, so stay tuned for that one. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you, ECG, for allowing me to review these great products, and you have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this, and take care.